An eventful game. It did have a lot of incidents, this one. What did you make of it?
Exactly the game we expected. We should play here because they are so intense. They just keep running and keep fighting every second. I said it before the game, we were 3-0 up at halftime at Anfield, and they just kept on going in the second half, let alone if their own fans are there. So we had to play on the top of our abilities, and still we needed a bit of luck to win this game.
You mentioned a bit of luck. Are you referring to the penalty there?
Oh no, that was that luck? No, I meant more that they hit the bar or the post 2 times, and they were constantly trying to force things. And of course, we had our chances as well, but I didn't feel that we controlled the game. It was an open and even game, which every team plays here because all the teams have had difficulties over here because it's a very good team, very good manager. And it was difficult for us as well, but very happy that we could keep a clean sheet and score 2 goals.
That is 10 clean sheets for Alisson. Big saves as well, even towards the end, because Bournemouth didn't relent. And you must look at him and think now that he's the best goalkeeper in this league at the moment.
He does incredibly well. And I think he's not only at the moment the best goalkeeper for this club, he's been so important for so many years. So it's for others to judge who is the best in the world or in the league. But I'm very, very happy to have such a great goalkeeper in our team.
I'm sure you're running out of things to say about Mo Salah. His penalty, first of all, very clinical, but the finish was just textbook him. I mean, if you look up Mo Salah goals, do you think that second is what you would find?
Maybe that second goal was the difference between the 2 teams. So it wasn't an easy chance, it was the simple chance. And the way he scores it, so calm, was a great attack from us, by the way. But yeah, it wasn't an easy chance for him. And then he puts it in the net like this, shows you how much quality he has and how much he can help the team in a difficult game like this. But the rest of the team, including him, worked so hard to keep a clean sheet that is something we have to notice as well. But yeah, brilliant goal. Brilliant goal from Mo.
You mentioned the challenge prior to kick-off that you felt this would be. Now that you come away with 3 points and you see that going into tomorrow you're 9 points clear of Arsenal, for you, is it going as well as it possibly could be, this first season in charge in a title race and being that far in front?
Yeah, I don't think I could have asked for much more than where we are at the moment. In general, maybe it's for others to judge. Maybe this game I have to look it back. But this was a close call. This was a close call win for us, in my opinion. And the Chelsea game was similar. And all the other games we deserved to get the points we got. Or in some situations we even deserve more than we got. So yes, we're happy. But we hope we can do even more in the upcoming weeks.
3 points, you move 9 clear at the top of the table. You've been involved, Mo, in many title races, both together. Does this one feel any different?
Slightly different, but last season we were the same. I think a season before also we were very close to that number. But we need to just, again, as I said before, we need to stay humble and just take it each game at a time and just focus on each game. We don't have to think further and just think about each game.
You have the best defence and best attack in the league. This is where I get you to talk about each other. So Alisson, first of all, Mo, and that second finish. The penalty was important, but that second, a textbook finish from Mo.
Yes, his qualities. He knows how important he is for the team when he scores this kind of goals. But we have to highlight all his hard work as well to defend today. It's something that he doesn't like to do much, but he did for the team. Not only him, everybody. It is a great result that we have here away from home against Bournemouth. They have a good team, but we show great desire, great mentality as well, and great quality to finish the situations you create.
Does it feel like a real milestone for you, Mo, the fact that you've had 5 seasons where you've gone over 20?
Well, it feels good to be fair, scoring goals, team winning. It's an incredible feeling, but I said that many times before, like my main target this season is to win the Premier League with the team. So we are going in the right direction. So hopefully we'll keep going like this.
A 10th clean sheet as well for Alisson. Just your thoughts on your defence this season, which has also been impeccable.
Incredible. He knows how important he is for us. We've been together 6 years or 7 years here. I've been with him 1.5 or 2 years in Rome as well. So we know each other very well. He worked very hard. Also the defensive line also worked very hard. So I'm happy for them.
In terms of tests this season, how did Bournemouth stand up compared to some of the other opposition you faced?
Well, I think they are really intense. If you look to the data, they are one of the top table for running, for intensity. The way they play, they are aggressive as well, marking. They never leave a player turn when receive the ball free. So you have to be really focused, really sharp in every situation when you have the ball. Try to create, move a lot. So this intensity takes you a lot of energy to win this kind of games. But to be honest, the Premier League is in a high standard this season. All the teams, they are giving troubles to the top 6 in the league. All the games we play now, from now on, they show really desire. They want to take points from the bigger clubs. And we have to keep on going with this spirit, game by game, step by step, thinking on the next challenge that we have, and we're going to see where we're going to finish the season.
Thank you.
Oh, we didn't quite see the player of the match presentation. Who would have got the nod? Because they both played their part today, didn't they?
They'll probably have given it to Mo, wouldn't he? But what you would say is Alisson Becker's a superb goalkeeper, and he had a wonderful game today, definitely.
Yeah, and talking of Mo Salah, yes, he's eclipsed the 20-goal mark for yet another season. I feel like we've just got to treasure him while he's in the Premier League, because we don't know how much longer we've got, right?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we will look back on these years. He's generational. He's fantastic. And the 3 years that he didn't reach 20, he got 18, 18 and 19. So he's knocking on the door. Yeah, I think we're witnessing greatness, to be honest.
Yeah. But you agree with my sentiment, don't you, Steve? Because it's easy to get blasé with somebody who just churns out these figures season after season.
Yeah, and because he's quite low-key, he's not, in the newspapers all the time or on the television screens away from the football ground. I think we do get blasé about him, and he's certainly cherished by the Liverpool fans. But you think the wider footballing crowd probably do not give him the credit he deserves. But I don't think it bothers him one jot, to be very honest.
No.
He's got his personal records that he wants to beat, and he's beating records all the time, and long may it continue.
OK, well, let's have a look at the first of his 2 goals today, then, at the Vitality Stadium. It came courtesy of a penalty, of course, after Lewis Cook almost came together with Cody Gakpo. And I suppose for Bournemouth, it'll be frustrating. This was an accidental coming together.
Yeah, I think it's a genuine play for the ball. He's trying to get round Gakpo, but just clips his heel, you see there, and it's just one of those unintentional. It is a penalty, and once this man stands over it, when you're top of the league and you can stretch your lead, he's never going to miss. And he goes for power, and the goalkeeper's nowhere near it.
No keeper saving that.
No. As Glenn said at half-time, he missed one a couple of years ago, blazed it wide, actually, to his left, to Mo Salah's left, but he wasn't missing today. He kept that really low and powered it into the corner.
Yeah, but there was still plenty of jeopardy in that game, and we know how dangerous Bournemouth can be. That's what made this second goal from Salah so important. Clear-cut chances, as we know and seen before, Steve, they don't necessarily come his way, but moments like this, when it looks so difficult, it makes it look easy.
It makes it look incredibly easy. Curtis Jones, one of the substitutes, Darwin Núñez, all involved. This was a lovely pass by Curtis Jones. Gets Kerkez thinking. And the finish is absolutely sublime, isn't it? Again, you can criticise the left back. He should have got tighter. He has to go towards Mo Salah or bring him onto his left foot. But he stands with his hands behind his back eventually and allows Mo Salah the space to bend it in. You shouldn't be able to do that. As in, the defender should be tighter and blocking that. But Kerkez does nothing apart from put his hands behind his back and watch the ball fly into the net.
How good is that finish, Glenn?
Oh, it's world class. I mean, we can criticise Kerkez for not going tight, but if you go tight on Mo Salah, he'll skip by you. See, to the lesser of two evils. If there's one criticism you've got, he could maybe block that far corner a little bit better.
Yeah. How big a win is that for Liverpool
Huge.
in the end? Considering, of course, the kind of challenge Arsenal have to face on Sunday.
Well, that's the most important thing. It's all about pressure. Liverpool lose today. Suddenly, it's like, there's something going to happen. They're panicking. This might happen. The fact that they've won today, they've got 9 clear. Arsenal with a huge game tomorrow, of course, at home. The pressure suddenly jumps on them. Arsenal have to win.
Big draw tomorrow.
That's how it's turned out, isn't it?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Liverpool fans will be wanting to draw. If City and Arsenal can drop points, brilliant, and then Liverpool will have a game in hand again. But suddenly, everybody now is focused on tomorrow. And the rhetoric beforehand is Arsenal will have to win. They can't afford to lose more points. So it's just bumping pressure onto each other each time around.
For Bournemouth, it's a first league defeat in 12. You couldn't discount them, could you, up until that second goal? I mean, they looked dangerous, they asked questions, and they had key moments in the game which could have made the world of difference.
Key moments, and this is why we deliberated Alisson for man of the match. I mean, this one, Kluivert should score, concentrate, he's in great form at the moment, you expect him to hit the target, but there was a few moments where Alisson was exemplary all afternoon. Like we say, he's never going to get the plaudits because he doesn't score the goals, but he was always there, always, even I think in the 93rd minute where it's nearly an own goal, he's still right there. But I mean, everything that Liverpool done this afternoon, it wasn't pretty, but they ground it out, and like I said, that's a sign of champions.
They lost nothing in defeat today, did they, Bournemouth? They were excellent. They made chances. The goalkeeper was brilliant, didn't he, Alisson Becker? He was fantastic again. Made some really important saves. You know, they've got a number of injuries, Bournemouth.
They were still in that box, weren't they?
Yeah, they're a weakened side, so, you know, they deserve a huge amount of credit. You can see why they're in the top half of the table. When you look at Nottingham Forest, Newcastle's, and you know, Bournemouth deserve to be there. They're playing well and they're really, really consistent. Yeah. Anybody with any consistency now is flying up the league.
And you can see there is a sense of togetherness, isn't there? Despite those key players being out, the fact that they're there watching on in their civvies almost adds to that real sense.
Well, I'm sure there's a few up in that box worrying if they get back in that first 11, the way they're playing. And like Steve says, that even though they lost the game today, there's so many positives for them to take. You've got to take into consideration who they were up against. They're up against the best in Liverpool, and they still fought right to the end with them.
And while they came away from that game empty-handed, they can still take plenty of confidence.
Oh, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. They lost the game today, but they played really well. It wasn't as if it was a non-event and Liverpool strolled to a win. Liverpool really had to work hard for it today. And if, you know, a goal either side, Kluivert puts that in, then anything could happen. Yeah. You know, Alisson doesn't make one of those fantastic saves. Anything could happen. So they stayed in it. Manager's been brilliant, and they'll continue to win games because they're too good, Bournemouth.
Right, let's get some post-match reaction from the Liverpool dressing room in the wake of their latest Premier League victory. Here's their head coach, Arne Slot.
Where he misses the chance. McAllister could have gone off, you know, and you just think, is it? Is it?
Is it?
Alisson made two great saves as well, by the way. Two great saves.
I was just going to mention Ali.
Sorry, Beck, go on.
No, I was just going to mention Ali, but we'll go with what Jason says in terms of it's fine margins sometimes, isn't it? Because if that Kluivert chance goes in, you're looking at a very different picture.
Very much so, but that's what this game's all about, and Liverpool capitalised upon that. He should have scored the guy. He'll know that, and I'm sure he won't want to look at that again. But as you say, fine margins. We went down the other end of the pitch and put him in the back of the net. That's the difference in class. You know, I'm not saying that Kluivert isn't class. He will be, but he'll rue that miss. But football, as you say, is about fine margins, and thankfully we came on top of that today. You mentioned about criticism, Liverpool playing against teams when they're not playing best. That doesn't bother me because Liverpool are playing the best. Liverpool plays some great football. They're a fantastic football team, and they've always got opportunities to win. And whoever, as you said, whoever you play against, that's by the by. We've just got to do our bit, which we did today, and so pleased for it.
So there ever a moment in your career where you've won a title and you've looked back, and there was a moment that sticks out in your mind where you think?
Well, there's quite a few, mate, because as you said before, we've got a number of seasons, but it's one of them where they just add up, and the main thing is just getting over that line. And back in our day, it was a different game then. We won games like that. I mean, you win titles by playing games like that, you know, by, if you like, winning ugly or very, very difficult games, you know. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but again, we'll look back upon that at the end of the season and say that was a crucial moment, as was Brentford, as you say.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about it pre-match where Jace obviously wasn't with us, but you were saying ultimately, if you're going to be champions, you face certain challenges throughout the course of a season, and champions will find a way to overcome those challenges, and Liverpool have pretty much done that every single time.
They've answered every question up to now. And there's a lot more questions to be answered. I mean, he's been very consistent with his team selection. And as Sammy will tell you, when you get to that like sort of early April and the games start coming thick and fast over that Easter period, your squad is stretched. You know, you're looking at suspensions, you're looking at injuries, fatigue sets in. You're starting to go deep into the squad then. You have to make changes.
And you know what, again, at the risk of repeating myself, Beck, we say it every time you invite me on, look at the impact that the changes made when
he's been good, Annie, with his
he has his selections have been fantastic, his substitutions have been fantastic, but give credit to the boys as well when they come on. Bradley comes on to the injury, Nunes, Curtis Jones come on, and a big part to play. I thought he was terrific. So again, I'm repeat myself, Becky, but this is what's going to make the difference between Liverpool, you know, winning games and losing games. That we spoke about it beforehand. We've got strength and depth. Look at our bench. And not only at the end of it, when they come on, they have a massive impact in the outcome of the game, which for any coach or manager is crucial.
The McAllister decision would have been a difficult one for him, because he would have been looking at that, not wanting to take him off. Because he's the player who dictates the tempo. He gets on it, he slows it down, he sees a pass. You know, he's an important cog in that Liverpool wheel.
He's in danger of being sent off,
you know. And he's looking at it thinking, I could lose him. I could lose him for 3 games, 2 games, 1 game if he gets sent off. You know, what do I want to do? I don't want to take him off. And it's a brave manager to go, come on, you're coming off, and then throw Curtis. I mean, Curtis is a quality player, and for me, I've got no problem bringing him on, but he certainly wouldn't have wanted to bring McAllister up, but he was just getting wrapped up in the emotion of the game, wasn't he?
Let's speak about the penalty incident. When we watched it with the naked eye in real time, I mean, it was the rear view that I think it really is a definite penalty when you look at that. And you were quite convinced, Jace, I think, from the.
I was more worried about offside. I was convinced it was. It was just clumsy. I mean, sometimes, I played in that position myself. When you get caught, your instant reaction is to get back goal side in between the man and the goal. And you always face that.
As the forward, he was great, Gakpo. He went across. He went across him. He enticed the touch, he enticed the contact, which, as you so rightly say, the kid is struggling to get back in position because the ball had gone beyond him. Gakpo, very, very clever, just took that 2 steps across him and enticed the penalty.
From the full-back union, I fell for him, to be honest. I did, because like Sammy says, you know, you get done by a bit of good play from a winger where he does get in front of you and he gets inside you, and you're trying to get back that side, and then your legs just collide, and then this day and age they go down, don't they, with a breath of wind, but he's took the opportunity, he's been clipped and he's gone down. But the worry for me was offside, because the angle we had,
very close,
when you think he's in front, you go offside, but he read the line really well. The centre half was a bit slow getting out, wasn't he?
We are going to get some reaction, of course we are, from the Vitality, but let's bring in our Zoom guests and get their thoughts. Josh, I'm going to come to you first. What did you make of that?
It was roughly what I expected, to be fair. I thought it'd be, a bit of an end-to-end affair. I thought it'd be a bit chaotic, 2 really attacking sides, 2 really youthful sides as well, full of energy and things. And that's what happened, really. Liverpool have delivered success for the most part this season by controlling the opposition, and I think Bournemouth are up there in the Premier League with the teams that are the trickiest to control, probably just because of the nature of the way they're playing, the manager and things, the speed that they've got. So given all that context, it's away from home, it's a big weekend for the Premier League, considering Arsenal face City tomorrow. I thought Liverpool dealt with what they had in front of them really well this weekend, and putting the pressure on Arsenal, getting a win, getting a clean sheet as well somehow. I thought Alisson was brilliant. But yeah, we take that every day of the week. I thought this was going to be a difficult game. I thought we might have escaped here with a draw or something going into it, to be honest. So to come out with a win, clean sheet, nice gap between first and second, that'll do.
Josh, it was a very difficult game, as you say. Who would you say out of all that? Help me and Jason out if you don't mind, please, mate. Because who would you say would be our man of the match there today? Because it was a team effort, wasn't it? But did any one person stand out for you?
To be honest, I think I'd lean towards 2. I don't know if you can deliver 2 man of the match awards, but I think Alisson at one end, obviously really, really good, stepping up in big moments and making some big saves. And I know Bournemouth hit the post once or twice as well, so some of it's just on Bournemouth finishing, but I thought when Alisson was needed, he was there. And then at the other end, around the time Salah scores that second goal, the game is kind of drifting a little bit towards Bournemouth's way, and you could argue we score that goal against the run of play. So for Salah to deliver with a moment like that, just give you that 2-goal cushion, I felt like Bournemouth's head, the crowd and things like that dropped a little bit after that. So I'd just lean towards Salah and Alisson, really, which you can probably say most weeks.
You've set the trend then, Josh. Set the trend. 2 man of the matches now then, okay, mate?